What's up, guys? Agent Jay Cronin here. Today I'm gonna give you a live look at this open house I'm doing, but I'm gonna point out things that you can use to negotiate your price down when you look at your open houses. Now let's go ahead and start right here at the front door, which you could probably do anywhere you're going as well. Now, if you take a look right here at the side of this door, you can notice that they've got some plastic foam filling in right here, and you can also notice that right here, they probably have some problems going on with the locks. These are things that you're gonna mention to your seller and the agent and probably hope to get the price down with. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the door. As you can see, I don't even have to point this out. You would walk up to the door and automatically notice that there's scratch mark, there's old glue from whatever they might have had posted up here, like Christmas decorations or something. These are things that you're gonna negotiate down because you should not have to deal with them as the new buyer for this house. These are seller problems, and I'm always gonna bring these up and help you get your price down. Now let's go ahead and take a look inside. Now, one thing that I'm always going to want you guys to look at, one of the most important things, is the blinds in the home. I'm not going to really go into too much detail on these ones because all the blinds in this home are perfectly fine. But what I want you to look for is if they're swiping correctly, if they're turning correctly. If not, those can be a pain to fix. So if they are broken, you want your seller to do that for you. Now, lighting. You always want to look at the chandeliers and everything in the home. As you can see, this one is a little bit crooked. This one is not straight. This is things that you want to talk about because are you going to sit with this and be happy with that for 1 to 2 years into moving into this house? No, it's going to irk you. It's going to drive you crazy. You need to bring these things up as a buyer because this is your forever home that you're moving into. This is a $300,000 investment that you're moving into. These are things that you're going to want to look for. You want to have a different light bulb? No, we're going to bring that up. Let's go ahead and take a look in the kitchen. Now, when you get into your kitchen, you're always going to want to look at the cabinets. You want to look at the cabinets, every single one of them. You're going to want to look at the appliances, make sure that everything is looking smooth and it looks like it runs well. Let's take a look at these cabinets. No creakiness. They seem like they're maybe not a soft touch, but at least they're opening well. This one doesn't seem to want to close. That's something in itself. That's something that you could get at least $50 to $100 off of your price. That may not seem like much when it comes down to $300,000 that you're paying, but that is a much if you can find a lot of things like that. So let's look at this one. That $100 I just talked about just turned into $250. We've got more than one cabinet. You're gonna need to redo all the cabinets at that point. We're gonna use that point to negotiate with our sellers. Let's take a look at this oven. Look at this. The paint's all scratched off. The screen's all dirty. This is obviously an outdated countertop and oven top. So we're definitely gonna wanna negotiate our prices down on this as well. And so as I'm going through here, I'm not like listing that these are gonna be problems with every single house that you're ever gonna look at, but these are things that you wanna look at for yourself because you wanna be educated as a buyer. Now, let's take a look at the sink. You see this right here? That is a cigarette burn mark. Whoever was living in this house was chilling in their kitchen smoking stogies. We don't know what type of people they were. We don't know what they were doing. And if we look down at the ground right here, you can see that there's a roach on the ground. What is the problem with that? They didn't think about cleaning the roach out. They got cigarette marks on there. They can't even see how hot their stove is burning. So obviously there's a lot of things that we're gonna be able to bring up to the seller to negotiate the price down. Now, look at this light. It's being held up, it's just like got jerry-rigged. You want a jerry-rigged light in your kitchen? What if that breaks and falls on your head? We're negotiating this down. Even just like little things like that. As a good agent, I will always do my best to find everything in order to get that price down to a price that fits for you. Now, obviously, we would check our blinds. Every single blinds in the house is something you want to look at. Now we come over here into the corner of the wall, and we see that they try to paint over these little cords sticking out of the wall. I'm bringing that up. We're going to get your price knocked down for that. Now, you're always going to want to look at all the paint in the whole entire house and make sure everything looks good. Typically in this house, it's going to look good because it's a newer build. It's 2000 and higher. So that's mainly something you want to look for in like the 1950s builds up to like 1980 now. They've got personal property left in the house. This is not a fixture attached to the wall. So this is something that if you didn't want, you can negotiate and make sure that they get it out. You don't have to deal with that. Not if you're my buyer. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this room right here. There's no light in here. Let's look at this. No light. Do you see light? What happens when it gets dark outside and we don't have the natural lighting? We're going to have to install a light or we're going to have to get a lamp. And we're going to get the sellers to pay for that. That is not our problem. That is a seller problem. And you also always want to make sure the AC works because that's a whole unit. And if you have to replace that, that's a lot of money. Now let's keep on going. Let's take a look. This light comes with the room. What? They're trying to just be like, hey, there's no light, but we'll give you a lamp. No, we're not letting that slide. Good for you. You put a lamp in the room. What? Okay, let's keep on going. Now, when we get into the bathroom, what I'm going to want you guys to check is the shower doors. These are constantly something that I'm seeing broken in the houses that I'm looking at. If they're not like 2010 and higher, these are really easy to break. And if you move in and you see this bathroom and you're like, oh, look at the pretty floor, look at the pretty mirror, but you never moved this, are you kidding me? These are things that you have to look for. Look at our toilet. I'm not gonna flush it, but look at our toilet. Make sure that it's all good. Make sure there's no scratch. Just piss on the toilet, man. What are these people doing? They're gonna have to pay for a cleaner because I'm not coming into a house with someone else's pee on the seat. Look at this mirror. There's a scratch on it. We don't need that. That's something that we're also going to knock down. Look at all the things that I've been able to mark down on a house listed so high on the market. These are things that you can look for in every single house, because if you're moving into a house and paying all that money, we want to make sure you get as much off of that price as possible. Now look at these doors. There's no door. It's literally, you can see right through this. What if you have guests over, your door is open, they're walking, you're in the bathroom thinking you're fine. There's nothing stopping anybody from seeing anything in this bathroom. Personally though, I'm gonna be honest, I like this. This is pretty cool. It brings me back to the old Western times, but I would never tell them that. It's just like you're at a car dealership. You really love this car, right? You never wanna let them know. You have options. Point out every single thing possible in order to get that price down. Now let's take a look at this bathroom. So as you're coming in here, first thing I'm gonna notice, scratch on the window, marking that down. Now this bathroom is actually super nice. Look at this. I could tie my shoe right here if I had laces. It's actually super cool. There's a lot of things that you wouldn't see. Now, I'm not too sure who you're locking in the closet and why you would need a lock on the outside, but people who smoke cigarettes and put it out in the sink probably need a lock for their closet. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at the backyard. Now, always make sure every single sliding glass door, every single doorknob, every single closet door in your whole house is operating smoothly. Make sure the sliding glasses door aren't about to ready to fall off, because I know you guys, look at that. Boom, fell right off. That's something you need to look for every single time. I didn't even know about that, and now I have to fix it. So, okay, now let's keep going. Let's walk outside. Floor has cracks in it. All the grass is dead. Why is all the grass dead? We're in a drought in California, or do we have an infestation with squirrels or something like that? We always need to make sure that the sellers are taking care and verifying that for us. And that won't happen unless you point it out. A closed mouth does not get fed when you're buying a house. People are trying to steal your money. Let's take a look at the other side. Everything's cool, everything's cool. Personal property, they got shit lying around. If you don't want this, like I said before with the personal property, we're to make sure they take care of that for you if you're working with an agent like J. Chrome. All right, now, these are all things that you're always gonna wanna look for in your house. You never, ever, ever, I repeat, never want to buy a house based off of what someone else is telling you. Their opinion does not matter. Your realtor's opinion does not matter. Your uncle, your grandma, their opinion is out the door. It's all about what you think, because you're an educated buyer and you're looking for these things yourself. All right, y'all. So for any tips and tricks regarding home buying and to make yourself the most educated buyer that you could possibly be, make sure you like, follow, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And as always, Agent J. Chrome. And I gotta fix this damn door.